Welcome to BBC London, I'm Paul Murphy-Kasp. First this lunchtime, a group of parents whose children took their own lives at university are having their petition for a change in the law debated by MPs today. Campaigners from a movement called For the 100 want universities to have a legal duty of care towards students. Jo Desang from Sydenham is part of the group after her son Jared took his own life shortly after attending Cambridge University in 2019. She's been speaking to our reporter Aisha Baksh.
Jared Desang from Sydenham in South East London was an A-grade student and fulfilled his dream to study natural sciences at Cambridge University. But in his third year, his mum Jo says he struggled with his mental health.
He was not in a good place. He wasn't eating, he wasn't sleeping. The conversation wasn't the usual Jared.
And during this tough time, he asked the university if he could take a break in order to get better and eventually return to his studies. But the request was refused and he was told he had to graduate with an unclassified degree.
It was a very difficult day because it's not what Jared wanted. He wanted to intermit. He'd had his heart set on completing a master's. And it was Jared's dream to attend Christ's College, Cambridge.
Jo believes her son's mental health was not considered enough and along with other parents wants all universities and colleges to be legally accountable for students and for the government to legislate for a statutory duty of care.
It depends which university you go to as to what care you receive. What I'm asking and what the Learn Network is asking is to consider a student's mental health at every decision along their student journey. He was just a lovely, kind and endearing human being. And yes, he was a very accomplished young man, very intelligent and able, but above all else, he knew what kindness was.
Well, Cambridge University told us that nothing is more important than the safety and well-being of our students, and we've recently launched a new student mental health and well-being plan, which includes swifter access to counselling, increased capacity in our support services and our Reach Out campaign to ensure students know where to find help. Well, suicide can be a very difficult subject to talk about and to deal with. So if you want to talk to someone, the BBC Action Line has information on organisations who can provide support, advice and a safe space to talk. The phone number and web address is on your screen now. Around a dozen Londoners could be paid £1,600 a month under proposals for the first trial of a universal basic income in England. Researchers from the think tank Autonomy are seeking financial backing for a 2-year pilot programme to see how it would change the lives of the group. The idea of the universal basic income sees a government paying all individuals a set salary regardless of their means. Supporters say it can simplify the welfare system and tackle poverty. A road in South London where cars sometimes fall into the neighbouring pond is being reviewed by Transport for London. The A232 next to Carshalton Ponds saw a car tipping into the water just last week. TfL says it will work with residents and Sutton Council to reduce danger on the roads in the borough, but will need to take into account physical constraints of the location when making changes to the road. A record-breaking cyclist from London will today begin a 3,000-mile challenge on a handmade bamboo bike around the circumference of the UK to raise awareness of the climate crisis. Kate Strong, who holds 3 cycling world records, will set off from Westminster, cycle to Norwich for her first official stop before travelling to places including Edinburgh and Liverpool. She then plans to cycle along the coast of Wales and will finish back in London on the 2nd of September. Up next, many of us think nothing of picking up a book to sit and read, but the cost of living crisis is affecting families across London so much that many can't afford books for their children. So one London charity is trying to change that. The Children's Book Project goes into schools with donated books, hoping to enrich young Londoners with the power of reading. We went along recently as they reached a huge milestone, giving out their 1 millionth book.
Today we're gifting our millionth book. We're a grassroots charity. We're powered by volunteers at every stage of a book's journey, from its original home through to its new owner.
Physically having a book they can take home and have in their bedroom or read with their family is something really powerful about that.
I've donated a Roald Dahl book, which is one of my kids' favourite. I've done some factual books, dinosaur, a children's encyclopedia.
I'm Liberty Venn. I'm the founder of the Children's Book Project. When you own your own book and you can lose it down the side of the bed and find it again, or when it's a book that you can read and reread and kind of really adopt and make your own, you forge quite a different relationship with reading. I realised that there's a real kind of emotional driver amongst parents who do buy books, and when they learn that some children aren't in the same position to own them, they want to kind of share that onwards.
My eldest daughter just devours books. She's done all the Harry Potters, and you can just see the progression, the development, and ultimately literacy skills is so important. So yes, yeah, I think it's great they're doing it, and great that other kids are encouraged to do it.
We work with lots of community groups, schools and companies across London who will put on a book drive, which allows people in their community to bring books in that their children have grown out of. That's a really straightforward way that you can get involved. We've also got a map on our website which has got drop points where families can take books. We'll stack them up on the tables and then we're going to box them, and I'll show you. Volunteers on 3 days of the week sort the books, weed out the tatty ones, organise them by reading stage, and then box them up for our recipient community schools. Within London, we give to children in primary schools in every London borough. Every child gets to take home 6 books of their own over the course of the year.
And you can pick 2 each, remember? So not all of our children might have access to an array of books at home. They might not be able to visit their local library regularly. So having these things in school, a place where they visit every day, means they can come and take books whenever they want.
I chose Horrid Henry's Cannonball Curse. I chose My Brother as a Superhero. Books, they help your imagination and they also can be quite inspiring.
Picture books, chapter books, lots and lots of wonderful non-fiction. You name it, we will receive it, organise it, and then gift it onwards to the most relevant communities.
What fantastic work. Right, time for a look at the weather. Here's Kate Kinsella.
Good afternoon. It was another cloudy start this morning. You can see overcast skies, but it's been dry and settled. High pressure remains in charge. Now the cloud is burning back, sunny spells through the afternoon. It is still, however, quite breezy. That wind a northeasterly, so chilly along the Thames estuary and along the Essex coast. But inland in the sunshine, we're looking at 21 Celsius as a maximum despite the breeze. Now it's going to be a pleasant evening, clear to start with. Then overnight that cloud will roll back across us fairly low and thick cloud. Might get a spot of drizzle further north you are, but that's it rain wise. No significant rain will forecast for this week. Temperatures dropping to 7 Celsius. So another grey start tomorrow, but it's a repeat performance. It will gradually start to burn back. Sunny spells for the afternoon and temperatures tomorrow again reaching 21 Celsius. Now the high pressure, it stays with us. To the south of us there is low pressure, but for us it stays dry. The wind will start to strengthen as a result on Thursday, but still plenty of sunshine, and it's dragging in some warmer air, becoming quite humid towards the end of the week, especially in the sunshine, and nighttime temperatures a little more uncomfortable. In the weekend, with all this sunshine, it stays dry and temperatures could reach the high 20s.
Oh, that sounds great. Right, just before we go, a reminder that you can keep up to date with all the latest on social media and on our website, including more on a large-scale project to clean up the River Thames, which has been launched by the Port of London Authority, including work to remove an island of wet wipes near Hammersmith Bridge. That's of course on our website, bbc.co.uk/London. That's just about it from me. Riz is back with your 6:30 evening programme, but from me and all the Lunchtime team, whatever you're doing, have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.